Hello and welcome to my channel, Lady Green Thumb 2. My name is Priya and I am gardening in Zone 7B, 8A in Texas. Today is December the 31st. I'm going to show you what I have done. I had participated in for the Single Seed Challenge of 2022. I will pop some pictures as well as short videos to show you what I had done with the dried leaves and flowers. I had used a coffee grinder to grind the dried flowers and leaves into a very fine powder. I added it to a mason jar that I had existing powder from earlier this year from leaves that I purchased from an Asian grocery store and dried and also processed in the same manner. It's the 20th of November and I'm going to go ahead and powder up the moringa that is now bone dry. I'm going to use a coffee mill, something that I use for grinding coffee as well, and I'll pop some pictures as I go along here of what it looks like. But this is from last year and I will go ahead and add it to this standard mason jar. The opening is standard and here's the label, and I'll go ahead and also add today's month and year. What I will be doing with this powder is adding it to smoothies for a quick nutritional drink. Please let me know if you have anything that you would like to see me grow for the Single Seed Challenge for 2023, because I do plan to start a seed sometime in January. What I'm thinking of planting this time around, since I'm a big pepper fan, is the Sugar Rush Peach pepper from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. It's supposed to be not that spicy, but if you leave the pepper on the plant to get to an orange color, it does get a little spicy, and I believe it was also a little smoky. So I'm looking forward to planting that. But if there are any suggestions that you may have, please add them to the comments. Thank you. Now I'm going to step outside and show you what the garden looks like compared to a video that I had taken in August of this year. It is such a beautiful day today, being the last day of December. It's incredible that it is so nice and sunny and warm. I believe right now it's about 55 degrees or 65 degrees between there, and this is what the garden looks like after we've had quite a few frost dates and a lot of things have been killed off. To start the comparison, I'm going to position myself to the spot where I had started. What I did today was fill in the spots of the rainbow carrots, and I put in about 20 more spots. Empty areas I filled in, and I also added some to the back over here. The beets are coming in very, very good on this side. And this is bed number 4 for me. I went ahead and planted on this side here kale, 7 spots over here, as well as another round of beets, but this is the Cylindra from Baker Creek, and 22 of those. And then the kohlrabi that I planted earlier from Starts in the House, which was on August the 6th, excuse me, had all come up. There were 6 spots, and I decided to put another round on this side here. And it looks like I put in 7 more on this side to fill in. I'm trying to fill this bed up so that it's all full of frost hardy plants. I forgot to mention on this side here, I put a spinach mustard type green called, I might be pronouncing this wrong, Komatsuna. And I put in about 5 spots over here. So I have some greens. Then continuing backward, this is bed number 2. This is the next moist bed in my raised bed enclosed area. Excuse me. More beets were put in on this side, 24, and it would be the whole length of this section here. So that's the cylindra. And then on this side here, I put the Early Wonder from Baker Creek. The cylindra, by the way, was also Baker Creek, and I put only 12 spots of that over here. And then in the middle, next to the cylindra on that side, through the middle here, I planted a carrot. I can go over here and let you know that that was the Flashback Golden, also from Baker Creek, and about 60 spots. And that is basically a surface sow, and I'm hoping that they come up because carrots are a little tricky to germinate, and I'm hoping that all the rain that's coming in will not wash away the seeds or displace them as much. So that was bed number 2. And then I did have some old seed of carrots that my mom had given me, and I decided to put or surface sow it in this grow pot because the beans were not doing that great. Excuse the noise. And then also in bed number 5, I put it in the first half the whole way through. And then I plan to do as a last step, just because of all the rain that's coming, is to apply this Sluggo pellets to prevent my seedlings from being eaten, which in the past I've had, in the spring actually, I had most of my seedlings lost because of slugs and roly-polies or pill bugs. Thank you for watching, and I hope this is a refreshing mix to the winter videos. One thing to mention here is that I did have frost cover fabric on this bed, so it looks pretty good, along with this is the one in the far upper right is bed number 2. That also had it along with bed number 3. This is bed number 4. So the frost cover was applied again to the 3 beds that I mentioned because they have, particularly this one, is all one type of crop that is frost hardy. I could have covered it better with hoops that I have there by my fence line, but I was a little rushed this month to get things done and could not get to that. This is the Detroit Dark Red. Again, the leaves, like the other side, have died back, are all wilted. They're so soft. I will be also harvesting all this and cleaning it up, mulching this whole area as much as I can with alfalfa. Moving on to these greens over here. they definitely took a hit. That's very crispy there. So I'll be cutting back all the leaves that look damaged, because you can tell in the middle here that there's still a chance for this to produce some greens. Now the kale here looks very good, because also this has green, a chance of survival right here. This is the Russian red kale that was planted on August the 20th. Looks like there were about 7 spots, and I had thinned them out throughout the season. I'm sure you saw in the other video, this looks so lush and green with all the basils. So it's quite a different view. And it looks like there's beets here as well, and I'll be harvesting that. Now there's kohlrabi on this side, which I think fared like the best. So I'm going to make note of planting this, because with the minimal cover I had on here, this looks to be very lively. This looks like the regular kohlrabi, just the green, and this is the red, the purple. So you can tell that it's starting to bulb up a little bit over here. I'm hopeful that I'll get at least a couple of kohlrabis. And I'm going to have to probably cover this bed again each time there's more than 1 or 2 days of frost, predicted frost. And there's more kohlrabi here too. So I scattered them throughout this area on like this L shape. Moving on to bed number 2. I had peas climbing on throughout the bed, and that definitely has died back. And there's beets in here too. These were probably started later than bed number 4. They're really small beets, but I will make use of these small beets as well. And then the carrots that were planted partway through the middle of the bed here, they also took a hit. And I'm pretty sure that there's carrots here. I'll pull one out so you can see. Doesn't that look great? And this is the Azbek carrot from Baker Creek. I had harvested a couple yesterday because I was doing some other cleanup in this bed. There was a daikon radish throughout this area, and I'll pop a picture up here. I was pretty excited. I was only able to salvage one, and I got the biggest one. Luckily, it was on this side, and I'm so happy I did, because I had harvested the rest of them, and I'll add a picture here of what I harvested just yesterday. And I had made a condiment called raita with the daikon radish, shredded cucumber, and yogurt. And that was very, very good. So that was all along this area on this side. And when I did cover this spot over here with frost fabric or regular sheets, I had utilized all these stalks of okra for that reason. And I'll show you the frost fabric that I had used. This was 2 of them here, and then a regular sheet, a bed sheet that was pretty old and had stains on it. I decided to use it for my garden. By the way, here are the remnants of the daikon radish. Whatever was sticking out of the ground, and I've never grown daikon radish, so most of it, like regular radish, it does protrude outside of the ground when growing, and because that was exposed to air, it had gotten frostbitten, and it's very, very soft. This area here is like bendable. I cut off the sections that were completely in the ground. So that is going to be good compost. And I'll be covering all the beds like this on this side. So bed number 2. I'll add a little bit more mulch here in bed number 3, and then a whole lot in bed number 4. I had also shown plantings of carrots. I believe it was in this pot, in this grow pot here. It did not do well at all. This is like completely soft and so small. So I'll be cleaning this up. What is in these pots are garlic, which look to be doing well. Also, the old carrot seeds were planted here or sown here, and they all died back too. Let me see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. That's one. Ooh. Here's another one. But I'll take this in to enjoy. Pulled about 4 out right now. Oh, 5. But that's pretty good for old seed. I'll take what I can get. And then the garlic held up pretty good. They looked not that great about a week ago, but since it's warming up, I'm very pleased. I must have about 30 or 40 of the regular garlic over here, and then more in the grow pots on this side. Quick review of the sluggo that I had used throughout the spring and summer into autumn for the pill bugs or roly-polies. It actually worked, and there was not much damage done to all my seedlings. Definitely a thing I'll always have for my gardens. I wish you a very happy holiday season and a great year ahead. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, share, or if you have any questions, please add them to the comments. Happy gardening.